what is waiting? I know we all wait for so many things, right? But what is waiting actually? You see, it is believing that 5 minutes in a queue is a personal attack by the universe. It is wanting instant coffee, instant food, instant messages, and somehow expecting patience to grow naturally. You see, it seems like a simplest thing in the world, which is to wait. You stand in a line, you sit in a chair, you watch a clock, you count the days, you tell yourself that something is coming. Like a phone call, a job, a person, a letter, a cure, or a better tomorrow, and things like that. You see, waiting looks like doing nothing. But that is the first illusion. A person who waits is never doing nothing. You know why? Because they are usually solving problems reality has not yet created. You see, we are a creature who can sit quietly and somehow have 3 arguments, 2 disaster, and 1 imaginary victory before lunch. The body may be still, but the mind is running faster than ever. It leaves the room and travels into a future that does not exist. It imagines conversations that have not yet happened. It celebrates victories that have not yet arrived. So waiting is one of the strangest activities of a human condition because it turns an imaginary future into a real experience. Human beings have a strange talent. We can suffer over events that have not even agreed to happen. But for whom all these things are happening? All these things happen on you and not to you. You are the self-aware reality, which is the substratum, and you are the pure awareness. You are not all these things that is happening on you. You see, look around the world. Children wait to grow up. Students wait to graduate. They even wait to burn down the schools. Workers wait for the weekend. Lovers wait for the message. Wives wait to bring up an argument. Parents wait for the children to return home. The sick wait to recover. The old waits for peace. The poor waits for an opportunity. The rich waits for satisfaction. Some wait for justice, for revenge. Some people wait for enlightenment, and some even wait for death. And wives wait for their husband to notice that she has changed the curtains 3 months ago. So human life is a long hallway filled with closed doors. At every door we stand and say, maybe what I'm looking for is behind the next one. The strange thing is that when the door opens, another hallway appears. Life has been designed by someone who hated exit signs. The universe seems to think we are all enjoying the tour, you see. We think waiting ends when we get what we want, but waiting has a habit of replacing itself. It is like reaching the top of the mountain only to discover another mountain standing behind it. We tell ourselves that life will finally begin when something happens, right? We all say that. When I finish school, when I find love, when I make money, when I buy a house, when I become successful, when people finally understand me, or when I understand myself. You see, it's almost funny. We keep postponing life in order to prepare for living. It's like refusing to eat because you are waiting for hungry to become enough. It's like buying a piano and waiting to become a musician before touching the keys. Or it is like a man standing at the edge of the ocean, waiting for the waves to stop before he learns to swim. The ocean does not stop, life does not stop, but waiting continues. It is done by whom? We say waiting, but it is done by whom? Let me tell you something. Waiting happens on you, or waiting is done by the waiting. It's not done by you. You are pure awareness which is witnessing all these things without any intelligence. You are that on which the entire drama of movie is happening. You are not the movie. You are not your life. You are not the body and mind. You are that on which both the body and mind exist. Turn your mind within and figure this out for yourself. It's a very simple truth and most beautiful truth. But how does this happen? How all these things that we talk about exist? Or how did a creature become trapped between what is and what might be? Perhaps because memory and imagination became too successful. Memory collects the past, imagination invents the future. And somewhere between the two stands a human being who has forgotten where they are. The body is here, the mind is somewhere else. One carries reality, another carries possibility. Waiting is the tension between them. You see, a bird does not seem to wait for the better sky. A tree does not wait for a better season. The river does not wait for things to flow. But a human being can sit in a beautiful afternoon, completely miss it because tomorrow might contain something important. Human beings are the only creatures that can ignore a sunset because they have a meeting on Tuesday. We can stand in a paradise and worry about parking. We sacrifice what exists for something that has not even introduced itself. That's how we are. We are all utter idiots. The future steals the present by making promises. And the strange thing about promises is that they never arrive. Tomorrow comes, but when it comes, it changes its name. It calls itself today. Then it leaves another tomorrow behind. It's almost like chasing the horizon. The closer you get, the further it moves away. You see, there is something deeply absurd about this. We spend our lives waiting for future that can never appear because whenever it arrives, it is no longer the future. We are waiting for something that cannot exist. Maybe that is why satisfaction never lasts. We think we are waiting for events. Perhaps we are waiting for feelings. Perhaps we are waiting for certainty. Perhaps we are waiting for ourselves. But what exactly are we expecting to arrive? Are we waiting for a version of ourselves without fear? Or without confusion? Without loneliness? Without questions? Such a person has never existed. The one who waits carries themselves into every tomorrow. Changing the calendar does not change the one reading it. You are not the calendar nor the one who is reading it. You are the self-aware reality on which all those things that you name, speak, exist. You are pure awareness. Turn your mind and see this for yourself and finish the game. Once you understand this, your characteristics will not go away. Only the person who owns the characteristics will go away. Then why do we wait despite knowing all these things? You see, maybe because we believe that existence owes us an explanation. We arrive here without asking. We find ourselves alive. We are surrounded by a world already in progress. Nobody explains the rules. Nobody hands us a map. Nobody tells why there is something instead of nothing. So we wait. We wait for a life to make sense. We wait for the universe to reveal its secret. We wait for some final moment where everything falls into place. A strange idea. As if existence signed a contract promising to answer our questions. Reality simply is whether you are God or a devil. You see, perhaps the greatest waiting of all is waiting for reality to become something other than itself. We are all fooling ourselves. We want permanence from changing things. We want certainty from uncertainty things. We want forever from temporary world. We ask time to stand still. We ask people never to leave. We ask the body never to age. We ask life to never end. And then we become disappointed because reality refuses to break its own nature. Maybe waiting is not really for the future. Maybe waiting is resistance. Resistance to what already is. Think carefully. Who you are. Are you waiting, or are you the person who is waiting? Or are you that on which both the person and the waiting exist? If you deeply look within yourself, you will understand that you are the screen on which the movie is playing. Once you get this clear, your relationship to your life and story changes. If there were nothing to wait for, what would remain? What would be left? A life without waiting sounds empty, right? I know. But perhaps only because we have forgotten to look. Right now, before the next thought, before the next plan, before the next hope, or before the next regret, something is already there. It was here before the waiting began. It was here during every success and every failure. It watched childhood arrive and disappear. It watched friends come and go. It watched happiness rise and sorrow come into our life. It watched every dream being built and broken. It never hurried. It never arrived. It never left. What is that? See, that is the most beautiful thing. There is one self-aware reality which is aware of its own existence, and it is on that the entire creation, all that you name, exists. Turn your mind within and figure things out for yourself. Then you will come to the same conclusions that I have also seen. Time belongs to change, but the simple fact stands before both. The awareness of waiting is not waiting. The awareness of fear is not afraid. The awareness of hope is not hoping. It simply knows. Perhaps that is the final absurdity. We spend our lives waiting for what has never been absent. We search for peace while the search itself disturbs the peace. We wait to become complete while the one who waits is already whole. You see, the future cannot deliver what is already present. The next moment cannot add to what this moment already contains. Turn your mind within and see things for yourself. Don't wait for people like me to come and put on YouTube or things like that. Don't follow anyone. Don't fool yourself in all these things. Many people, in fact, all know what to do and what not to do. It is simply that we don't follow what to do and what not to do. Everybody knows what to do, but nobody follows it. That is the absurd thing. I'm not telling anything new. I'm telling the same thing what people have told. Yet, people don't want to follow because they have not taken things seriously. If you have taken your sadhana seriously, things would have been different by now. You see, the waiting belonged to the story. The story belonged to the mind. But before every story, during every story, and after every story, there remains one simple fact. Something is aware. And perhaps that is the end of the search. The one who waited was only a thought. But you are that self-aware reality on which even the thought is existing. So ultimately, I will conclude my speech by saying that follow the message, not the messenger. You see, I am doing all this social media just to make a living and for the joy of speaking alone. You are the self-aware reality which is the substratum of all, whether you like it or not or believe it or not. Thank you.